comprehensive overview of anti-kaiju. Force weapons in KAIJU No. 8. In the anime series, KAIJU No. 8, the planet is facing a significant threat from giant creatures known as kaiju. To protect humanity and defend the world from their destruction, the Kaiju Defense Force has developed the most powerful and advanced weapons. Among these weapons, there are some special ones that stand out as symbols of hope and strength in the fight against kaiju. In this clip, let's explore these special weapons together and see how the people in this world have applied them to combat the terrifying kaiju army. 8. Kaiju Defense Force. In KAIJU No. 8, the force opposing the kaiju is known as the Kaiju Defense Force, KDF. Their role in the story is to protect the city and humanity from the attacks of giant kaiju creatures. This organization consists of two main units. 1. Professional military. The KDF is organized and professionally trained, with each member equipped with modern weapons and gear to deal with kaiju. They play a crucial role in defending the city from the relentless attacks of kaiju creatures. 2. Research and development. In addition to direct combat, the KDF also engages in research and development activities to find more effective ways to defeat or control kaiju. They search for new methods, advanced technologies to cope with the increasingly significant challenges posed by kaiju. Members of the KDF fearlessly confront danger and frequently sacrifice themselves to protect the community. Their sacrifice and courage are the most powerful weapons to maintain safety and peace for humanity in the dangerous world of KAIJU No. 7. SPECIALARMOR. One of the most crucial factors in the defense force against kaiju is the battle armor, created from kaiju cells and muscle fibers. This armor is not just a powerful weapon but also a symbol of creativity and advancement in combat technology against monsters. Depending on the combat strength of each user, this armor unleashes reflexive speed, allowing them to surpass human limits to get closer to the kaiju. This weapon's strength is not only an opportunity to fight against monsters, but also a hope to protect humanity and integrate into the world they must face. However, using too much power from the armor can lead users to exhaustion and painful injuries, emphasizing the trade-off between power and the sacrifice of the user. Additionally, there is a Super Premium Plus version made from kaiju of the Roaring Thunder category, bringing tremendous power. Called the Anti-Excess Weapon, this weapon can defeat even a giant kaiju, playing a crucial role in maintaining security and humanity's existence. However, proper usage is crucial because half of the users of this weapon may perish before being able to fully unleash its power. Although this weapon is powerful, users often face the risk of self-destruction due to excessive power, highlighting the need for control and patience in using this weapon. The uniqueness and power of this weapon mark the beginning of the top legendary weapons in the Defense Force, serving as evidence of progress and readiness to fight against the ruthless kaiju army. 6. KAIJU No. 10. KAIJU No. is described as a unique and powerful monster. Despite being born later, it possesses exceptional strength, making it a formidable force in the world of kaiju. The strength of KAIJU No. 10 has made it one of the rarest and most powerful monsters in the kaiju world. It not only possesses tremendous physical strength, but also exhibits efficient organizing abilities, as demonstrated by its ability to rally attacks and engage in fierce battles with Lieutenant Soshiro's squad. What's remarkable is that for the first time in history, a kaiju voluntarily requested to be transformed into Weapon No. 10. This action caused astonishment and concern among members of the Defense Force, further highlighting the uniqueness and power hunger of KAIJU No. Its personality also stands out. It is not just a ferocious creature but also harbors an addiction to power and a love for combat. The awareness of becoming Weapon No. 10 makes it more enthusiastic and determined in pursuing its goals. However, KAIJU No. 10 also poses a significant challenge to the Defense Force. Its fluctuating strength and mood make it difficult to control and predict its actions. This creates immense pressure for Captain Mina and Lieutenant Soshiro as they confront it in intense battles. The climax is when Soshiro unleashes 100% of Weapon No. 10's power, turning it into the most terrifying weapon in the KAIJU Defense Force. 5. KAIJU No. 4. Special Armor. KAIJU No. 4 has been transformed into a powerful weapon for the anti-kaiju army. As the name suggests, KAIJU No. 4 is created from a kaiju labeled as No. 4, which appeared in the history of the Defense Force. After the optimal parts of No. 4 were destroyed, they were repurposed into another weapon, providing astonishing power. The battle armor of KAIJU No. 4 has been passed down from generation to generation, bringing superior capabilities in the fight against kaiju. Although its shape resembles brightly colored clothing, akin to a dress, it is an incredibly fearsome and effective weapon. What's special about this battle armor is its ability to retain information about previous users. Kikoru, one of the main characters in the story, had a peculiar experience seeing the ghost of her mother while using No. 4. This demonstrates a unique connection between the user and this weapon. The ability to freely fly in the air at high speeds is one of the most notable features of Weapon No. 4. This allows users to move flexibly and exert powerful impacts in battles against kaiju, not to mention the ability to buff speed and strength. This is truly one of the most terrifying weapons bestowed upon the Defense Force by the kaiju. You might not agree that KAIJU No.8 is a weapon of the Kaiju Defense Force, but in my opinion, Kafka is a member of the Force. He is even a very high-ranking one, along with his almost absolute control over KAIJU number. So I think putting him at the top is extremely justified. 4. KAIJU No. 1. KAIJU No. 1 is a giant monster with multiple eyes on its body, unleashing preemptive attacks that no opponent can escape when turned into a superior weapon. Its retina is implanted with the gene of No. 1, allowing users to see brain activity through the living creature's body. The strength of KAIJU number lies in its ability to recognize and predict the future actions of opponents, creating unavoidable attacks. This characteristic is especially effective with users who already possess powerful abilities. With this ability, KAIJU number is completely deserving of being the strongest warrior of the Defense Force, General Narumi, the epitome of the gene. The application of weapon No. 1 to new heights by General Narumi has made the original power of KAIJU 1 extremely terrifying. Thanks to this weapon, Narumi can recognize the movement of electrons, the temperature oscillations of terrain like water into hands. This is an achievement that KAIJU number had tried but failed to achieve. The difference between players developing muscular systems and creatures possessing top intelligence has been clearly demonstrated by General Narumi, making the application of weapon No. 1 extremely impressive and effective. 3. KAIJU No. 2. Before attaining the highest rank as it is today, Jin used to be a disciple of the overall commander of the Defense Force. This is also the person who owns weapon No. 2. This is considered the first weapon to cause significant damage to KAIJU number. When it first appeared, it made direct contact with Main, and just a pair of gloves put Kafka under tremendous pressure, as if facing a formidable opponent when confronting No. 2. Commander Isha once said, "As I'm getting older, I can't use the power of glove No. 2 as I did when I was young. But just by sitting firmly in the command chair, along with countless powerful strikes, is enough to let the people know that no matter how old and weak I am still stronger than the young men in the Defense Force when fighting alongside weapon No. 2. It can be speculated that KAIJU number leans towards energy and close combat. Isha uses a battle suit made from the body of KAIJU number, along with 2 super strong gloves. At first glance, it seems like a specialized tool for the boxing discipline. It cannot be denied that Isa is very skilled in dual combat. Weapon No. 2 can help the user unleash energy at a very high destroy level, such as voltage through it. Isa attacks enemies from close range, and he can expand the range of attack to medium and long range by increasing power through devastating sound explosions in the air. Looking at how Isa applies No. 2 to combat, we can only say that the highest strength lies in the simplest moves. What matters is not how fancy the techniques are, but how much damage they inflict. From master to disciple, Isa has applied weapon No. 2 perfectly to his fighting style. 2. KAIJU No. 6. After a series of terrifying names and capabilities of weapon number, the strongest one turns out to be the most mysterious, No. 6. KAIJU number is a gigantic monster with dark-colored scales. It simultaneously possesses 4 tails to the extent of being unbelievable when it appeared 10 years ago. KAIJU No. 6 caused a severe crisis by killing 200 Defense Force officers and 3 captains, including Hikari. Before KAIJU number appeared, this was the strongest kaiju ever to appear, known as the King of Monsters. Like all other number monsters, its body is used as a weapon. What's noteworthy here is that for many years no one has been compatible with it. This is the most powerful weapon, but also the most dangerous. The shape of No. 6 is a dark blue battlesuit, with a texture like a hard-winged insect on the suit, attached to many pipes and cables. Just the appearance of the suit made people around feel cold. Although not yet fully demonstrated, it seems that the strength of KAIJU No. 6 is related to ice compared to other number weapons. Clearly, the potential for developing the strength of No. 6 is still immense. It is both the most powerful weapon, and placed on a newcomer like Lino Ichikawa, whose potential for development will certainly lead to the comprehensive display of the power of No. 6. This weapon is made from the strongest parts of the most powerful monster in the kaiju world, making the user's strength comparable to them. It's just that the side effects of No. 6 on the human body are much higher. 1. KAIJU No. 8. The most powerful monsters are known as Honju. To determine whether a kaiju is a Honju or not, the Defense Force evaluates them through the Bravery Index. The higher the index, the stronger the kaiju, meaning the more dangerous it is to humans. And the index of KAIJU No. 8 is 9.8, also the highest index recorded to date, even higher than KAIJU No. 6, which is the king of kaiju. Luckily, he was a human, he has both reason and heart, so he did not completely lose himself and become a monster. KAIJU No. 8 possesses many extremely formidable abilities, which amaze viewers. Energy Beam. Kaiju number emits an energy beam similar to electricity to the body and uses that energy to attack the opponent. Moreover, he can concentrate this electricity into his feet to create a tremendously powerful leap. In battles, when Kafka emits energy beams, the battlefield will surely become a pile of rubble. Shape-shifting ability. The strength of Kaiju number also lies in the ability to change size according to his will. This helps him be more flexible on the battlefield as well as when fighting opponents. Not stopping there, Kaiju number can also transform parts of his body, such as turning his legs into drills, turning his tongue into a tool to catch distant opponents, similar to a frog. Thanks to this shape-shifting ability, Kafka can protect more parts of his body. Healing ability. This is definitely the greatest strength of Kaiju number 8. He can heal injuries to parts of his body to continue fighting. However, each time he heals, it consumes a lot of energy, so Kafka must use it carefully. Kaiju location. Kafka can determine if there are kaiju around him, and if that kaiju has a killing intent towards him. This ability has greatly helped in planning and deciding whether to fight or not. The strength of Kaiju number is truly immense, but he also needs a lot of time to learn and control his abilities. That's why fans are very excited to follow Kafka Hibino's growth process instead of getting bored. And those are all the weapons considered the most powerful of the Kaiju Defense Force in Anime No. 8. Until now, this is still considered one of the top potential anime of 2024. Let's follow Kafka's journey to become the strongest kaiju. As for you, how do you think the order I arranged these weapons is? Is it absolutely correct or not? Please leave your comments below to let me know.